Hi peeps, it's Phyllis. I wanted to do something a little different today. So if you are on this channel and you are still listening, please click that subscribe button and follow along on my journey. I do cooking, I do fashion, I do hair and makeup, all kinds of things for women over 60 to just show you how my life is. In spite of growing up in a dysfunctional family, I have been able to create kind of this family that I desire. And so I want you to come along on the journey with me. And so if you resonate with any of these things, hopefully you can pick up some good tips and get some encouragement and just be inspired by things that I show you and take you on. And today I wanted to just sit down and do a little discussion about some things that I've been doing lately, things to improve on my mental health and just kind of opening my eyes up to really being truthful in my story and learning how to make my hard story my calling. Last week, I had the honor of going to North Carolina to go and listen to a favorite person of mine and one of my favorite speakers, Karrie Scott Garcia. She is currently doing a Own the Light tour, which really delves into our stories and our truths. And she takes you on a journey of her story and the things that she's gone through to really come to a place to just appreciate her life and how God has walked her through every hard decision and situation that she's been in. So it would just so happen that one of my good friends, Jennifer, lived in North Carolina and invited about 9 of us girls to come and listen to Karrie on a Friday night at her church. And so we all flew in from different parts of the states, me from California, and we just settled in and had some good girl time. And one of the things that we realized when we went to this event was how much women really needed to hear truthful stories instead of just kind of covering it up with a prayer or just saying like, wow, that's really hard and not knowing what to do with someone's story. Karrie is really good about teaching us how to sit with someone in their truth and in their struggles and not try to fix it, but just kind of come alongside them and be that comfort for them. And then hopefully through a series of conversations and questions to just guide them to a place, guide them through that sorrow, not try to rush them through it, and then get them to a place where they can really become a lot healthier and more truthful with what they're actually doing if it's something that needs to be changed or something that needs to be left. So that was one thing that we did. We got to spend the weekend with Karrie and her crew, which was amazing, and it's always just a pleasure to be around her. A lot of the girls that came have become Freedom Movement ambassadors, and so that's what I am too, is I have a huge heart for the work that Karrie does, and so I became an ambassador last year for Freedom Movement, and so you can check that out. We'll link some things below if you want to check Karrie Scott Garcia out. She's all over Instagram. She does amazing little blogs and snippets and reels and things to really help you question, you know, some things that maybe you've kind of stuffed down and didn't want to deal with. On Sunday, though, we did something really fun, something that honestly, I'm just going to be 100% transparent, I was really not about. Some of the girls wanted to go to Elevation Church and see Stephen Furtick, and I'm like, I've listened to him before. I'm like, he's a little much for me. I'm not really sure, but I'm always open for just new experiences. I'm always open for that. I've never been a closed-minded Christian that is just like, it has to be this way or it can't be any way at all. There are certain things, yes, but I think that life has some gray in it where, you know, even in our best laid plans, sometimes things go awry and we have to be open to be able to understand why. And so I went with the girls and said, yeah, sure, like I will go and, you know, see what this church is about. And, you know, if it's a flop, it was just an experience and I can go on with my life. Whew, I was pleasantly surprised. First of all, It is a big church. It's a kind of a production. They if you are new to the church, you can put your flashers on in your car and they let you drive into a special parking lot in the front and they lead you in. We got free t-shirts. We got swag, you guys. It was pretty funny. And then there's this long line of greeters that come in and just, you know, bless you and so happy you're there and all that. And we walked in and it was actually a smaller church than I thought. Like it's kind of a mega church, but it's not like Joel Osteen mega church. It was kind of a smaller setting than what I had expected, but still big church. And we got seated up the stairs. And I think the most surprising thing was as soon as the worship team came out, their music was so beautiful and really touched my heart. And at one point I was telling one of my friends that I closed my eyes and just imagined being in the presence of heaven and just hearing angels sing. I do that a lot during worship because I can hear the different octaves of different singers, and it starts surrounding the whole room and it just feels really heavenly. And so I closed my eyes and I got really quiet as the music was just surrounding the whole place. And it was so beautiful. It brought tears to my eyes. They sing one of my favorite songs, which is the blessing song. And every time I hear it, I just cry and cry because it talks about blessings for the generations. And I'm all about that. And so that just touches me greatly. And then Stephen Furtick came out and I thought, okay, here we go. Buckle up, because this guy's pretty powerful and I'm just not sure. And boy, I have to say, he started out like pretty quiet and his sermon was pretty right on. And then the times when he did get a little bolder, it was for purpose. It made sense in the sermon. And we were touched by it. We wrote down a lot of notes and thought, man, he was reading from the Bible and just taking things directly from the Bible and how we should just really learn from that, but also how the Bible has changed and some things had been eliminated or some things had been added in. And so how he was just saying to remain faithful. And funny enough, one of the guys that he was using it as an example had brought up the King James Version. And so it was just really interesting to dive into the religious part, you know, Bible reading a little bit more. And I just really appreciated that. So I know Stephen Furtick will probably never see this, but if you do, thank you very much, because you have no idea what you did that weekend. It blessed us greatly and we're super appreciative of your word. So, you know, I know not everyone likes him, but I gotta say, I was a fan that day. So thank you so much for that. And then I think the rebirth of friendships happened that weekend. The friend that had offered up her home, I have known for 30 years. We used to work together here in California, and then she moved away. And we had kept in touch over the years, but not very often. But you know, one of the things I've learned in my old age now is that God will bring back the people in your life that have meaning. And also we've talked before about, I have a podcast and we have talked about friendships and things. And I think that there are friends for a season. And I think that those seasons can change and they can come in and out. And right now this friend has come in a big, powerful way. And it has reminded me of how much true friendships really can last through the years. And so I want that to be an encouragement to you, especially if you've grown up not trusting a lot of people because of the way you've been raised. Friendships can be super hard. I don't like to have a lot of friendships because my heart can't handle the tug and pull of it. And so I think that when you find a good friendship that isn't a lot of drama, that lasts through the years, that you can come back and forth to. Like I have this friend that's 3,000 miles away, but now, you know, we can text more and kind of reconnect again. And also, you know, she has to come back to California to help with her parents now. And so we are reconnecting that friendship once again, and it feels like home. This was a woman that stayed with my oldest daughter while I was going into labor with my youngest. And so the history behind that is really strong. And So Jen, I just want to shout out to you that you have made my heart full this last week of just reconnecting and being able to spend some really good quality time nurturing that friendship. So that's all I had to say about this, is just keep your hearts open, travel, learn different experiences, be open to that, find the things that you really gravitate towards that will make your life healthier. Don't do things because everyone else is doing them that doesn't feel good for your soul. If you have been someone who has been unmothered like me, it's super important to surround yourself with people who are loving, trusting, and safe. So I'm gonna end it there. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know where you guys have been lately. You know, even during COVID, I've traveled a little bit here and there, and I follow all the rules. So far, I haven't gotten sick, but I don't want to stop living my life. And so if you have any kind of suggestions of where you've been or just any kind of experiences, I want to hear about it. So let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, peeps.